What's up? Pick Central, April 22nd.
You got that right.
Tuesday. Tuesday. Beautiful day out. Brought to you by DraftKings. Pick Central brought to you by DraftKings. It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and playoff drama. Done sitting on the sideline and ready to win some real cash. Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings when it comes to basketball payouts. DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. When you hit all your picks, you'll score higher amount payouts on Pick 6 than flex plays on prize picks. And best of all, you'll win even more cash if you outscore the competition. Track your picks for a shot at huge cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Also available in New Mexico. I know that firsthand. And Marty knows about Alaska. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6 and cash in your basketball knowledge. New players get 50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Basketball playoffs are here. Cash in with Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code PickCentral. That's code PickCentral for new customers. To play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, Knicks lose game 2. Myself, Ev, Phil.
What's the common denominator from game 1 to game 2?
That I was in the building?
All of you. It's just that's
Yeah.
You know? It does suck, though. It does suck because you're like, you get to experience it after, everyone going nuts. And it was also just a game that they should have won, too.
They played horrible. They were horrible.
They didn't play well. There's a lot, yeah.
It's like, I need to say something. Because you guys are going to – Phil is in this Phil's in a way right now where it's like you say anything about the team, he's like, like he gets very defensive. Jalen Brunson's amazing. I think everyone can agree with that. Yesterday, he still played great. 37 points, he was great. There was just sometimes watching, and when you're not a Knicks fan, you're not sucking him off the whole time, so you're watching. A lot of just like – he was doing the Harden thing, the head thing, falling on the ground a lot. And I know he's trying to get calls. He definitely is. And they also didn't get any calls. They got out for free throws by double, I think. I think it was double.
34-19. 15, yeah.
Yeah. So
they did not shoot a free throw.
He's
in the first
better.
Half. Or shot two.
They shot
two in the free, and it was
the end of it.
Yeah, and it was
like
like Brunson was like mockingly clapping like when it happened.
And a lot of the things was the Knicks just were getting into a lot of ISO ball. And it wasn't like this collaborative, like when they're moving the ball, when it's going to OG and then it's going to Cat and then it's going to fucking McCall, it just wasn't. It didn't seem like it was flowing yesterday. Like game 1, when they went on that run, it was like holy shit. Like that's the Knicks, you know. I don't know. When I was watching it yesterday, it just a lot of like, it looked like a lot of just like, oh, the refs aren't calling things instead of just playing. And I didn't love that from them. They're still so much better than the Pistons. I got people tweeting at me being like, you still think the Knicks are so much? Yes, they're like so much better than
I wouldn't say so much.
I think they are. I think the Knicks played
The Knicks are better.
I think the Knicks played an F game yesterday.
And Pistons have won 7 of 8 quarters, really, if you want to look at like, or played better.
And also, the Knicks didn't play good game 1. That's what I'm saying, too.
That's what I mean.
But I'm saying, like, I think they played a C- game the first game. I think they played a fucking F yesterday, and they lost by 3.
How about the stat that Pistons hadn't won a playoff game since 2008?
What did I say wrong there, Phil?
First playoff win since 2008.
Just a note, like you are entirely right about the Knicks offense. They had 15 assists on 34 makes. To counter that, Pistons also ran a lot of ISO too. 33 field goals, only 11 assists.
Oh, well, the Pistons, I don't give a fuck about.
No, I'm just saying.
It's just more like the problem with the Pistons is they have to do ISO because you have fucking Dennis Schroeder beating you, who won. I understand he's not a good 3-point shooter, but they did not contest him when they was 94-94. He was wide open.
I also want to say, like, when the free throw disparity is 34-19, the story shouldn't be about foul baiting on a guy.
But I also think that I also don't think the refs lost the Knicks a game.
No.
So that's where I don't give a fuck about the free throws. I truly think that the Knicks lost it themselves no matter what.
The Knicks lost this game because Karl-Anthony Towns is a pussy. I don't see how you are a $50 million player with you don't take a single shot in the fourth quarter. You have 6 rebounds. The Pistons have 1 healthy center in Jalen Duren. Tobias Harris played against Marty in high school, dunked on him. He had 13 rebounds. Sure. Like, Can I ask for Karl-Anthony Towns to get more than 6 rebounds in a game?
Didn't dunk on me, dunked on Jack Gannon, but still,
Well,
close
whatever.
enough. It was close enough. It was good.
He could have dunked on you if he wanted.
He could.
of his skill set, of like Phil said, how much money he makes. Like it
I said though,
it was hard to watch.
Game one,
total no show.
Game one, he was a total show. Like
he played well.
He played really well. So it's not like he 2 games in a row that he was. That would have been a good person to ask about the game.
Tried. I didn't want to.
He was going fast.
Yeah, he operates.
Also, I just think that he did play well game 1. Yesterday he sucked 100%. And actually, Tobias Harris, he's been playing pretty good for the Pistons.
Always, yeah.
You know what he's doing though, Ev? Where you're right, where Cat's be doing. When Tobias gets a little a smaller person on him, he backs him down and shoots a mid-range jumper and gets it in every single time, which Cat should do. It's almost like when I watched the Knicks yesterday, it was almost like there was almost their first time playing together as a whole, where it's like they didn't know who should have the ball.
And Marty, the funny part about that lineup has more minutes played than any other lineup in the league this year.
That's pretty crazy. But am I wrong though? I feel like when I was watching, it was it just seems like they didn't know who should get the ball. I don't know. It was so weird yesterday where it's they're playing a little like their assholes are clenched too.
Well, I mean, it was OG was definitely off. They weren't making jumpers early. Besides Bridges, crazy enough, who couldn't make one when needed to, but he was the only one making them besides Brunson.
I think
early.
OG's your most important player.
Besides Brunson,
he's the only guy that could guard Cade one-on-one.
The thing is, I think Brunson, you know what you're going to get no matter what. I think Brunson's amazing. I think he's going to score 25 a game and give you his
30,
best.
Yeah.
Brunson's ability to get 40 in playoff games has been he's just always getting 40.
He carries them. He keeps them in the game.
He's just going to get 40. Yeah, he hit those 2 big threes.
But last year, I feel like he was. I don't know. This year, I feel like Cat's gotta just he just needs to be aggressive. Go. Be the second option. Don't be the guy that it's still even passing to Jalen. If you think you have a little advantage, go. I think
he's got to be aggressive. He definitely wasn't aggressive enough. Hart's been a complete no.
Hart is also getting off scot-free.
No, Hart might have
doing nothing.
No, me and Phil were talking. Hart might have to just play a little bit less minutes. If he's gonna just be a nothing on offense, an absolute zero, then he might have to.
He's also passing up shots.
I mean, he made the 1 corner 3. I mean, he's barely scored. He's not even rebounding crazy well. I mean,
Is there concern you lose this series? You are going back to Detroit as 1-1. I think the Knicks win this series, but is there starting to be a creeping concern you guys lose here?
I think if you haven't played 2 good games, that means you could play 4 not good games, and that
the only thing I would say is it's funny if you remember the Sixers series was kind of very similar, where they played horrible in both games. Mm-hmm. They kind of stole the one game, and they still went to Philly and just handle business in 1-6, kind of tough, but nope, not really a big problem.
And I can see that happening here.
That's kind of what I see. They just played so. It's funny where
and Philly was more talented.
Philly's better.
That's what I'm saying. They played so bad in both these games and had a chance to almost win both and won one of them. I think they'll get it together. I think they'll make adjustments.
Well, the Pistons
I think Cal will be more aggressive.
It's so funny. When the Knicks want to play, the Pistons don't score. Because they know they just put OG on Cade or get Cade out of it. They have nobody else.
They need to stop switching.
They have to stop switching. Tobias is the only other one that can really do something. The rest, really don't have the ability to beat the Knicks. And the Pistons didn't score for 5 minutes yesterday.
The good adjustment that the Pistons made was they just kept switching and getting Bridges on OG Bridges on Cade. And Bridges couldn't do it. Like, he was not big enough.
He could go to town.
OG, I mean, the first game, OG took Cade and put him in his back pocket. Like,
Yeah.
Cade did nothing. When he was man on man, they need to just stick with that.
It also seems like
OG needs to just follow him everywhere. Like, wherever Cade goes, OG. You even saw it yesterday. Like, the second Cade ever checked in, OG immediately, all right, OG's going into.
It also seemed like the Pistons were like, Cade, you need to go.
No, he was special.
You need to do everything.
I'm a huge Cade guy. Like, I think Cade's like one of my favorite
Cade could
players.
be 45 or 22.
Like, Cade, if I was to buy stock in like
his face, he looks like he could be 40.
yeah.
He's unbelievable.
I mean, besides
he's unbelievable.
Besides Wemby, if I was going
Who
to
was-
buy a stock in like a 25 or less guy, it would be Cade.
What?
Who was first on Cade?
I got the interview with
There you
him.
go. That's what I'm giving you credit.
Oh yeah.
Not everything's a dig.
Good job, Oscar.
Oscar thought you were trying to steal
Trying to
it
give
from
you
him.
an alley-oop.
Yeah, and that was he was good. He made time after practice. He was good.
Yeah, he
guys-
was he was like going to be a quarterback, but he liked air conditioning. A great clip.
Also, I mean,
Remember that?
great
He
financial.
Isn't that a funny thing to say though?
did.
Like it was like, why'd you pick basketball? He's like, I like the air
Air conditioning.
It's too hot in Texas. He's a man of my own heart. But yeah, he's fucking. We
didn't
loved
like
him.
those
He was unbelievable at Oklahoma State. He's got that.
Do you think his brother still or dad still works at Oklahoma State?
No,
Sure, he got fired right after that, huh?
He's got that smooth. He looks like a basketball. I know that doesn't carry.
He's
He
also
just
not-
carries himself like a basketball player.
He's not
fucking
flashy
good.
either. He puts his head down, drives, pulls up, and like he can get to that rim. He doesn't shoot a lot, it seems, but like he gets to the rim.
can, though.
No, he definitely can, but he just gets to the rim. And
He did have a few, like three, maybe four turnovers, like early. I said to Evan, like that's the third turnover,
Yeah.
like
5
pretty
turnovers for the game.
5 for the
think
game.
it's
But if you clock the time, I'm pretty sure he had 3 in the first quarter. I want to say if you can
He also
look
should have
that
another
up.
one because he kicked that ball. I don't know if you guys could see.
Yeah,
it.
no,
Like,
100%.
He kicked the ball when it wasn't Brunson.
Yeah, it was
Right.
bullshit.
The thing is, you got to give Cade credit too. It's like Cade won that game yesterday against the Knicks, and he has no help on that team. And if they give a little help, the Pistons they're in a really good direction.
Is he committed to Detroit? He signed the first extension.
Well, no, he's going to be
He's
because
gonna- yeah.
he's going to be All NBA this year for sure, and that puts his max will go through the roof.
Most improved still.
And then he's probably going to most
so
improve.
stupid.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Number
with
one
that.
pick.
It should be Dyson Daniels probably.
Yes, like give Tyson Daniels. He's a number one pick. He's supposed to be good.
The guys had the most steals in the league in like 30 years. This
Yeah.
season.
Oh, it was actually really funny too. Did you see the clip? Moving on. It was Hartenstein. Was it Hartenstein? Who should be getting defensive player of the year besides Draymond?
Mobley. A lot of people think Mobley.
Is someone on OKC that should be?
Lou Dort.
Yeah,
Lou Dort. So they asked him about Lou Dort, and he was like, "It seems like Lou Dort just needs to get his own podcast to get
Who
it."
said that?
Hartenstein.
I love Hart.
It was awesome.
I miss Hartenstein. So he's on who I miss
Oh, that's
more
what
than anyone.
you guys were like a darling last year, right? It was like, wow, I like watching Knicks. They have heart. They like not Josh Hart. They actually have heart. They're friends. They played so hard. It was like a fun product to watch. I still think the Knicks could be fun, but it just looked more like they're relying on talent. They think they're better than the Pistons. It just wasn't like the Knicks that you loved last year.
It's just so crazy because on paper you see Towns and Bridges are so much more talented than Hartenstein and DiVincenzo. But I swear to God, I'd swap them right now.
Yeah, I think you should.
It's why I didn't like the trade in the first place because I was like, we're losing. Hartenstein I knew was going to be tough to keep, but I think if we didn't trade for Bridges, Hartenstein maybe could have been attainable.
No.
In hindsight.
No, either way, I think we were
No
max.
chance?
We were max and only offer him like the 4 years, 72.
I guess that's true. You're
In
right.
hindsight, though,
I forgot about
We
the
did
max.
offer him the max. Like we
I
wanted him
forgot
back.
What did he get from Oklahoma City?
387.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Meek's right. I forgot about that.
It's like
money.
I
I was gonna say,
Also, though, too, to be
winning
honest,
is
a better
worth
team.
it, but he went to Oklahoma City where they're gonna win too.
Yeah,
so
no,
like,
no, I don't know.
yeah.
Much better shot.
And they're
Now at this point,
way
it's
younger.
just 15 million,
you
yeah,
just
I'd
felt
much rather
that-
be in Oklahoma City than the Knicks.
You
and
felt-
not paying New York taxes, like,
fell
15
victim
million
to
to be on a
CBA,
better
that's what it
team.
is.
Yeah. Phil,
It's 15 million when 1 year less.
and to do less. For
So the AAV is
Like he has to do. He also has to do so much more for the Knicks. Like OKC just has to play his own role.
If the money was the same, he would have stayed.
right.
I think he would have stayed with the money being the same.
Yeah, I don't
Honestly,
know.
maybe.
It's,
I think if the money was the
I don't know
exact
if it's
same, I think
definite.
It's just
he
hard
would
to
have
say because
stayed.
they.
But in
OKC's
hindsight,
literally
right?
so
You look at
good.
the Knicks trade. GM eyes, it is the right. Like those are like you're like happy with the GM. What you get Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, you're like, wow.
Not
that's
for what you paid for Bridges, though.
No, 100.
It was two separate trades.
Yes.
I know.
I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, but Clemmer,
saying
you
you-
got to remember,
As a
dude,
GM,
like,
you have
for,
to see that's two good traits. Like
for a
you're like,
long period of time, the Knicks were getting the bridesmaid, not the bride. Like
Yeah.
Amari was a big get.
Huge get.
That was a huge get, but that was like the fourth option in that class.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
So,
a
like-
fourth option with like LeBron. It's kind of like a
It was a wild class.
with LeBron and like
Bosch, too.
with
And
LeBron
Wade technically
Bosh.
too, right? Was Wade that same class? Am I missing that?
Yeah, no, he was.
He was. He was the
said
same
was
class. Yeah, they were all whatever.
Would have gotten.
You know, and then I mean, even the big chip they got, the biggest chip the Knicks have got in the last 20 years was Anthony, but they fucked
30
that
years.
up.
Yeah.
They fucked that up as well because everybody knew he was
Also got
coming,
lucky with
and they
Brunson.
fucked up the trade. So like for a while, nobody
Wasn't
wanted
a
to
big-
come.
Smart with
Yeah.
that.
No, it was
Not
lucky.
lucky. Yeah, smart.
No, they wasn't a big like. They,
Some of both. You could say
Some of both. I think it's smart because you got a guy a lesser deal and everything, but like they didn't sign him as like a home run. No,
but I'm never gonna shit on a team for making like such a.
No, I'm
good
not
play.
shitting
Like,
on him. I'm saying like they from Clemmer, what he's saying is when he went from you got Stoudemire, that was a splash. In
Oh
the
yeah, it was
agency.
huge.
Carmelo Anthony was a splash.
Yes.
But then this one was just like it was smart, definitely, but also lucky that he's in a million years you don't think he'd be a star like he is now. It's
Talking about Brunson?
They saw something in him.
Yeah. No, but for a long period of time, nobody wanted to come to the Knicks. Now it seems like they are, at least, guys are entertaining that.
Yeah, but who can come to the Knicks
which is
now?
crazy to say. What?
Like you can't. Not like you can get a free agent anymore. You're over the cap. Like what are you gonna do? Like who's gonna come here?
Yeah, you really have to you have to move salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they did acquire these
Lock
guys.
yourself in now with this.
I guess they did acquire these guys via trade, so that's.
And I like.
But Brunson signed an extension with us.
Yeah, he signed a
No, guys want to stay.
Yeah, you know,
That's
like
good. No,
I mean that was
Brunson's
never the
a bad
case.
Place to be.
Yeah.
You're a good team. It's not that.
Brunson saved the money with that extension.
Right, yeah,
big
which is
time.
crazy.
A lot of money he saved with the extension.
Phil, are you more focused on are you gonna be more focused on the draft on Thursday or now the Knicks? Now it's 1-1.
Why did I feel like we had this same problem last year?
We
Didn't
think,
the
I think
Knicks
we had
plan-
the exact
Well,
same problem.
You know what, Clemmer? We have our we have our draft show on.
and
And
I want to make sure I'm
draft
saying
show.
I want to make sure I'm saying
He
right.
pulled a me.
We have our draft show on Thursday night. I'll be focused on that.
Well, last year we had the draft show and you said you were more focused
Well,
on
you
the
know,
Knicks.
I have multiple screens, Clemmer. I can have.
I asked
like
Dash,
that.
what are you
I-
most
I-
focused? What is more important to you, the draft or the Knicks game 3?
Getting to game 3.
Okay.
Ev, I would like a. Can I get a text message who we draft Thursday?
What do you mean?
I got a rehearsal. My
Oh, you want?
rehearsal
Oh,
dinner.
I mean, it's gonna be Hunter or Carter. I think there's not even like I think.
Draft's a bigger deal than
Really,
game 3.
I thought there was a little hubbub recently.
Bro, what if
I don't think
Shador,
so.
if Shador falls to 3, you don't want him?
No,
He's gonna fall to 3.
It's just not. It's
Definitely
not
follow
gonna
through.
happen.
Definitely be there.
I like Shador. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
Not
think
gonna
I
happen.
think that
There's a chance you guys trade down and still get him.
I think there's two generational players going 2-3 as well, and I think
We're
you
getting
have
one
to
of them.
take one of them.
We're getting one of them.
There's
think
talk. There's talk. You guys are talking about like you're fielding.
They're
calls
fielding
trade
call,
down.
but
That's
also-
I have that on the list.
Which everyone should
trading
field calls.
down?
That is the most
Everyone
like.
should
I'll lose my
That's the
mind.
most like talking head. Like that happens every year.
You're right,
That's,
yeah.
everyone's taking calls.
And I would
doing
lose
calls.
my fucking
I
mind
think
if
we're
we
too
traded
quick
down.
to put the generational like tab on guys. Like
What?
Trevor Lawrence is.
What
was-
literally we always do for draft.
I-
Like that's
I
a point
know.
of draft.
But Phil, I think Phil's right.
Like Trevor Lawrence is labeled a
generation means like the
generational
best player in 20 years.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is getting off a little easy.
Oh, he definitely.
Yeah, but like
I don't
Caleb
think he's-
Williams,
I don't
is
think
a generation.
people are
I know
beating down that
it's
gate
one,
yet.
but like, what are we talking about? That's what the NFL draft is that
No,
there's.
I get it. Like it's a.
I
It's
think
a,
we have
it's a
3
talk-
actually.
It's a talk show. We say generational talent every. Draft.
Way too much.
Yeah.
But that's what.
Peyton Manning was generational.
But that's what. Not actually. That's not true. Every year we don't do that because there's been some bad drafts, 1,000%. But I think that Abdul Carter and I think that Travis Hunter can be generational talents.
I think Genty is.
Generational means like your best player in 20 years. So you can't have both of them do that. It's tough. I'm just saying. That's
Oh,
what it
you're
means.
the worst.
I
Dude.
knew Clemmer would agree.
It's just
with
like not fucking what we're talking
Just say,
about, dude.
just say,
Say
can't,
future Hall of
say
Famer.
can't
Oh my
miss.
God! Jesus.
future Hall
I
of
can't
Famer.
do this, dude. If I say it, dude, you know what I mean. You're being a
I
dick
do, but
when
no,
I say
but
it.
Phil,
And
no,
Phil's
Phil was
also
the one.
being a dick
Phil
too.
was the one who brought
Phil's
it up.
being a dick
Phil brought it
too.
up.
No, you both are being dicks for no
I don't
reason.
think it is being a dick.
How is it not? There's one guy that fucking plays both positions that we've never seen before.
That's fair.
In a
We
long
saw
time.
Jabril
Is that
Peppers.
not generational?
Jabril Peppers did it.
Could be.
Did he, Phil?
Yeah.
No,
He
he
did in
didn't.
college.
No, he didn't. He did not
That's
do
not
it.
fair.
He
This
did not
is-
do it,
this is a
Travis
different
Hunter. You're being a
situation.
dickhead.
No, that's fine. No more.
Jermo Peppers did.
Didn't even
absolutely
come close to what he
nothing
did.
like he did in
Yeah,
college.
so
Not
you're
even
being-
like comparable.
Phil, you're better than
He did like 10 Wildcat snaps against like Rutgers and like Western
This
dickheads.
is
he's
different.
laughing
This
because
is a whole
he
different
knows he's
situation.
wrong.
No, it's a whole different
Oh,
situation.
because you guys think
I'm not
you're a little quirky with your words.
No,
It's
not
like,
quirky.
Bro, that is a
Wait,
generational
it's just what the
talent.
word- it's just-
That's a generational talent. I'm not going back from it. It is.
Okay.
You don't think Travis Hunter is?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
I think what he's doing is not. I wouldn't say generation. It's unique, and it could be like incredible.
Yes. If he becomes a top 15 receiver and a number 1 corner, that is generational.
Yes.
Which is very
Generational
possible.
prospect versus generational player are 2 different things.
I think it's
I
valid.
think that's fair. I think
Well,
that's
what
completely-
does the word generation mean? Though? What is the root of the word? It means like one every 20 years, right? So like, how many times can you have a generational prospect?
I think it means
When's the
one-
last time
I think,
we said it,
I think
though?
it's like a one-off thing. Like I don't think it's like one.
Yeah, I don't think. It's
Like I think
one
there could. I
person.
think there could be like a handful of like generation. Like,
I think there could be
in a
5. I think there could be
generation.
5 generational
Like a
players
handful of generational talents
In a 20-year period or in one
in a
draft?
generation.
in a generation.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think it's one person
Okay.
could be generational. I think it could be like I've said.
It's not typically how I understood the word, but that's fine. That's what you want. That's fine. Like you say, top 5 of the generation. That's also incredibly high.
Yeah, but the point of it is that
Like, for example-
you don't know if Shador Sanders is going. Like he's a big question mark. You don't know. I truly, and I know you don't know about anyone. You really have no idea. But what the numbers and what they do on the field, Carter and Hunter are like two. Like I don't know, see how you pass those up. I really don't.
I just don't think they will.
I'll say this, Marty. Everyone seems to agree with you because Shadur's stock seems to be dropping.
And Cam Ward is like definite number 1.
Yeah, he's locked in.
And I don't know if he is, but I honestly,
I don't think he is.
I think good for the Titans.
Yeah, they're digging their heels and like that's the guy. So at least you have the guts
I
to
have no
take
idea
it.
if he is.
Jalen Milroe, by the way, generational quarterback runner, which just means running back.
Can I ask you guys?
See that? He
You
was
guys
like
would do
the
this?
best.
Wait, one thing, because then we'll forget about it forever. Did you guys talk about last week the fact that Colorado's retiring these 2 numbers?
Yeah, of course.
Where do you all
If we
stand?
didn't- If we didn't, we'd probably have to cancel. it.
Fair. Where do you all stand on that? It's ridiculous, right?
Of course it is.
All right, yeah,
don't
it's
And
irresponsible.
also, just don't care. Like Tim Tebow's doesn't have his number.
You know what I found out? I found out Cordell Stewart doesn't have his number retired.
He doesn't.
Tim Tebow is
Yeah,
not
that's
his
the
number.
problem.
Cordell Stewart doesn't have his number retired.
I think less numbers are truly retired in college because you look at how many guys there are.
That's what-
There
that's
should
why
just be a
Ohio
there should be a ring of honor.
You run out of numbers.
That's what most
Yes.
do.
Tim
Ohio
Tebow
State
should have
is
his
saying they'll
number
never
retired.
retire.
100% Tebow should have his
Tim
number
Tebow
retired.
doesn't, and Shador Sanders does. It looks crazy.
Because you just shouldn't
it's
retire.
different schools though. My issue is Cordell doesn't have his number retired. And
Not
it was the
different
same school.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
different schools. It's like he's like the best college football player like of all time.
Yeah.
It's not even like he's really.
Well, I think there's a little bit of a loophole there with Tebow. Like he won 2 titles. He kind of won 1.5. He was a package player as a freshman. Chris Leak won that title.
He wasn't a
Yeah, but
starting
you don't.
quarterback for
If
2
you talk
titles.
about college football, everyone knows Tim Tebow.
Yes.
It's crazy that he's not retired, but like again, no one goes to college.
I don't think Florida really retires numbers. Like the
And
big
Tim
schools.
No, there should be a ring of honor.
Tim
But yeah,
Tebow's dad wasn't the coach.
yeah, it's a tough look.
It's just what
but-
happens. It's who and also
Yeah.
like I just don't care. It's just like do it like we said when we talked about it. Do it 2 years later. A year. Wait a year. The guy hasn't even got out of college
Yeah,
yet.
it's just
He's still in there.
such a wild look.
Would you guys be willing to trade down in the draft?
No.
Well, hear me out though.
For what?
So you guys end up still getting Shador, but you have a team's like number 1 pick next year. So you know what I mean? Like so like that's that.
It depends. You,
Is the team I know.
say,
is
you'd have to like tell me
I
like the
know.
haul. It's hard to like say.
If you
yes
give
or
me a
no.
team of who it is, then yeah, maybe, but no.
So it'd be a team like isn't very good because like you'd still get like a top 10 pick because you're still able to get Shador.
Yeah, but then the problem is
maybe
at
you take the 9
6,
pick instead of the.
I feel like all right. So let's say
you know what
we
I mean? Like-
let's say we trade down to 6.
I think
Like, are you then talking
nine
yourself
would
into
be the-
taking?
Who's
Are you then?
six?
I don't know.
Raiders.
Are you then talking yourselves into taking Genti, who I like?
No, they're not
but-
taking. They wouldn't take.
No,
Jimmy.
Yeah, but after
right now
Saquon,
he's projected to go
After
6.
Saquon,
According to the mocks, I was seeing this.
he's unbelievable.
Genti might be just
Few
like
different
the
mocks
best
had him
player.
6.
Period.
I think the Raiders really want him.
The Giants are never going to draft Saquon.
No, they won't do
Draft
that. They're just
Genti
not
in the
gonna
first
do that.
round. Can Genti catch?
Yes.
So that's huge.
I think
I
the
think
Raiders
Gen-
seem to really have their eye on him.
Genti
really
to
good.
me is like can't miss outside of like crazy injuries that he hasn't had.
If you,
Patriot.
it would be crazy if he went third.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I think he's a top 3 football player in the draft. he might be number 1.
Just not what we
I
need.
don't know,
at
but the
all.
Giants he's not a.
They also
yeah.
have a running back that's actually good right now.
Honestly, I think the bigger thing is there's this running back draft class is fucking stacked.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many good backs in there. Like I think there's legit like 10 guys that could come.
Scatterborough gonna get drafted?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like I think Scatterborough was like really good. Scatterboroug's going to go top 3-4 rounds easily. I think probably top 3. I think there's going to be a huge run on running backs in like second and third round.
You think you draft Shador?
I think it's on the table.
I think it definitely is.
I don't think they do.
You only have one quarterback.
No, we have 2.
They have Tyrod. Right? You still have Tyrod?
Tyrod.
Yeah, Fields.
Yeah.
Obviously Fields.
I mean,
One
just
quarterback.
One quarterback.
Like that's what
I'm saying. You have 2 on the roster.
But you have a guy it's perfect to draft a guy right now if you can, because you have Fields where it's a test. You have no idea what he's going to do. He could be your future quarterback. He also could be horrible this year, and then you go to Shador the next year. You know,
the only thing, so I actually don't mind doing that because I think we should just try to be terrible next year anyway. Like just like try to be like have fun. Just like we're not going to be competitive next year. I don't mind doing that. The only thing is if you are trying to be competitive next year, you obviously want to fill a position of need, and there's a lot of those in the Jets too. So
yeah, but the Jets need to focus on the future.
right. So that's what I mean. Like let's say you go and take a guy that's like a really good offensive because they're tied to a lot of offensive linemen. I see in a lot of mock drafts. If we go get an offensive lineman, that would also help this upcoming season.
I will always say it as a fan. When your team takes an offensive lineman in the first round, you're like, ugh. But you know in the bottom of your heart, it's the smartest thing you could do. But
Unless it's Evan Neal.
Unless it's Evan Neal, it's true. But there's nothing
Or
worse
Flowers.
and again, as a fan, when you take a skilled player, it's the best day ever. No matter what.
It's a
You
new
know
toy.
who they are. It's fun.
It's the only picks I
Neighbors
care.
was amazing.
It's the only picks I care about.
Saquon was fun. I don't care. I know it was
can't
bad.
You can't get excited for an offensive line.
No, even
Yes,
like
You can
even
be like, all right, it's a
a-
great pick. Like we'll see how it works out. But like, yeah, I mean,
like a
there's
safety,
nothing.
you know, like a safety. You're like, all right. Cornerback gets me excited. If it's only Travis Hunter.
Just want elite players.
I look at it as like telling somebody you got a new car. It's like, what'd you get? Well, I got a Lambo. I got something exotic. I got this. It's like, all new cars are new cars. You should be excited about new cars. An offensive lineman is a Ford Taurus.
You're not taking,
Oh, it's like a brand new truck.
It's just no. It's
I
just
mean, ain't a Ford Taurus.
no, offensive
reliable.
lineman-
You
offensive
get what you
lineman
get.
is-
I was thinking like
There's nothing flashy.
I was thinking like a Subaru.
No,
like
what you
super
get-
efficient, like gets the job done, but no
Low
one's like,
on
going
gas.
crazy
Yeah,
for it.
exactly.
When
Never
you're
gonna
talking
get.
about
Yeah.
offensive lineman, I think it's more like a truck, but you're talking about its safety features. Like these safety features are unbelievable.
Incredible airbags.
Like they're gonna it's gonna get the job done no matter what you do. Like it's more like that stuff. The insurance is off the charts. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's like a bumper buddy for your Lambo.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a Lambo like Drake May in the garage.
Look at the floor. Look at the yeah.
He's just trying to get anything,
to get anything
to get in
to
for
drink
2
it.
days. I was like about to say I was waiting to see how.
But I mean, like, if
Patriots
you
are getting fucked actually because they thought they were getting Travis Hunter for
yes, because
for-
they thought
Ashton Genty,
definitely-
Patriot.
Oh, he's going. It sounds like the Raiders. I don't think the Patriots are interested in him, man.
He's a Patriot.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a Patriot.
Why do you say this?
I think they either get Will Campbell and it's a reach and it's just like fuck it, we have to take him, or they trade back and they get Genty.
I like Will Campbell. I think people are reading way too much because his arm is like a half inch
No,
too short.
I think that it's people are trying to say like he'd be like kind of like the Cam Ward thing. Like
Yeah,
he'd
yeah,
be
I
the
got
fourth
you. I got
quarterback.
you.
He'd be the fourth tackle last year. I'd just go get him.
Also, honestly, I
It
think
would be sick to get Genty. Like, and if you just want to rebuild the offensive line, like in later rounds, or
What
you
pick do
know,
the Bears have?
10.
So he won't make it to them, right? Because that I actually think he'll be so. He
Well,
was,
Campbell?
They have 9 or 10.
Oh,
no,
no.
10. Saints have 9.
I think the Raiders are going to scoop him at 6.
Genty would
Like,
be such a
I've
fun
seen like
pick.
3 different drafts.
the Raiders
All say that.
quarterback
Like,
right
who
now?
knows?
Gino
Gino.
and Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Who's quarterback?
The Raiders.
Oh, I thought you said Rant. I was
Jets,
like,
Jets former head coach and Jets former
I thought you
quarterback.
said Rams.
I'm
I was
not
like, hold
on
on. I said, what the
NFL
fuck
yet.
did I miss?
Patriots former head coach too, there, buddy boy.
Hey, easy there, Clemmer.
All right.
Buddy boy, you.
Super Bowl. I'm one of the great coaches of all
I had
time.
to get one more in before he's going to be
All right,
gone after
buddy boy.
tomorrow, man. Well,
All right,
he's
buddy
gone,
boy.
and like, I'm going to miss talking Patriots with Dukes.
Yeah, talk about the 2 teams that won 5 games last year. That was the best.
You're gonna talk about Drake May so much less on this show.
I know. It's
I
so
know.
much less of
I guarantee that's not true because he's going to be a fucking Pro Bowler.
Mac Jones is a Pro Bowler.
Mac Jones, yeah.
Pro
so much
Bowler.
less Mac Jones.
So was Trubisky.
Drake May, Pro Bowler.
Remember for a
right,
full
he
year, Duke tried to convince us that Mac Jones was good. That was some good pandering, good
I'm not gonna lie,
propaganda.
I had like a second or two I was starting to believe. I had a moment.
There was.
I had a moment.
The
I
last
believed.
year was really bad, but like you, whatever.
His rookie year.
You weren't there. We were fucking like if Ramondre Stevenson doesn't fumble against Cincinnati, we're in the fucking playoffs. If that fucking miracle play against the Raiders doesn't happen, we're in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, that's all the Patriots need. They need a couple bounces to go their way.
No, I agree. All the bounces that went our way didn't. Wait, what are we talking about? Too. There's been bounces that have not gone our way.
There's a lot.
Tyree?
There's a lot that went your way
Manningham?
too.
Fuck rule.
Manningham was the best throw
Manningham's
of
just
all
like a
time.
good throw. That's not a bounce.
Tyree, you could say a bounce. Manningham was unbelievable.
Listen,
The Hail Mary-
Just a dot.
The Hail Mary to Randy Moss at the end of the Super Bowl 43 did not go our way. The bounce of Gronk, if he didn't have the broken ankle, he would have caught that Hail Mary in the end zone. I know for a fucking fact.
But hold
There's a
on.
lot of-
You're asking for a bounce of you catching a Hail Mary.
Yes, I want that. Yes.
But I'm
Give me
saying
it.
you don't get to be like, oh, that didn't happen. Like, we're so unlucky.
Jermaine Curse. And then the bounce went our way.
Won that game.
All right, that was my last Patriots rant. Thanks, guys.
Here's a crazy fact about the draft. This is every single team has their own first-round pick. And it's the first time it's gotten this
wow.
close to the draft since 1968, where every team has had their own first. Isn't that crazy?
I didn't even realize that. There's no team.
I know.
First rounders.
Also,
Wow,
there's
I didn't
some
think
weird
about that.
there's some weird shit where people get theirs forfeited. Obviously, they trade them, but it also seems like picks get forfeited and shit like that.
It has happened a few times, but that's not like super.
I'm just saying.
That's all
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
it's wild that
Good.
nothing, like not one. No, so the first trade that happens in this draft, which we will see a trade, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Will be the first trade of this order.
I think someone's going to trade in the first round too, because I think
Oh, me too.
somebody's going to come up for the third quarterback, or maybe even the fourth.
The funny thing is, like,
It might be the Giants. It
Usually
could
it's
be the Giants.
Patriots that do it.
The Patriots always trade back.
That's what I'm saying.
Always
Yeah.
trade.
Like they would
Which would
usually
still
be the
count.
person that would trade.
Oh, for sure. Someone will trade back up in the first round and take one of the. Like I said, it could be the Giants. It could be like the Browns. Like I could see one of us coming up from that early second round pick and grabbing like Milrow, one of these who I hate. I'm out on. It's going to be more out on Milrow.
It's funny, like last year, what was last? No, 2 years ago was Anthony Richardson. Everyone was like, he was the guy that everyone was like, why the fuck is he getting all the praise? You know, like he was kind of the random quarterback that came. It went a little crazy. He went to
fourth.
the fourth overall. But like this year, it seems like it's Jackson Dart is that guy that everyone's like
the love fest.
the
Yeah.
love fest of like he's gonna be. Now it's getting in like he's definitely going first round.
I don't get it. I personally don't. I don't see it.
I don't know if you guys remember. I said it early. I was like, I'm a Dart guy, but I don't see it. I don't see first rounds.
Can't read defenses.
He's talented as fuck. Definitely talented.
But he's not even to me like a Richardson. The only thing that you can say like he was a physical specimen. Like Dart's not even like Dart if it's like a good sized guy, like solid athlete. He's nowhere near like a specimen. Like he's not some like 6'5" who can run a 4.6 and he can throw a ball a country mile and he can do all this. Like he doesn't have all those things. He's like fine at all those things.
I think Milrose, no.
To me, all the Lamar comparisons are laughable to me. He's not even close to the player Lamar was at college. Like Lamar's progressed a lot as a thrower. Lamar was leaps and bounds ahead of him as a thrower in college. Then like Milrow is awful. Intermediate, close, like short throws, horrible.
Runner.
Horribly inaccurate.
Good runner.
Good runner, but not even as good as Lamar. Not even close to Lamar.
Lamar's a
runner.
great runner.
There is some
Milrow is a really talented runner, like a special runner, but not
interesting
Lamar level.
other quarterbacks though that are like Quinn Ewers is an interesting quarterback. Do you think he could be somebody like Will Howard? Is it interesting? Like he did just win a national championship. Like
I think Howard's the it guy. Like I think he has that like he's the it guy. He's like the rah guy.
I lose track.
And he can read
Yours-
defense.
yours is coming out.
yeah,
Lose track. You know why? Because the fucking Arch Manning thing. Like I don't know if he was staying if Ewers had him for handcuffed for 3 years or 2, and then you lose track
now
of the
it's
years.
Arch
Like
Manning's year.
Yeah, this is his year.
What's the comp
Yeah.
for Shador Sanders? Because I'm looking at this draft.
Geno Smith, I would say. Oh God. That's like
I know.
in terms of drafting guy in the first round, you're like poo pooing it. That's
I'm not. I had Geno Smith's Jets flashbacks.
if an NFL
That
draft
was a
pick,
fair response.
if an NFL draft pick, that's very good Jets fit. NFL draft pick turned out to be Geno Smith, you'd be pretty happy with that.
So Patriots draft 4th.
Yeah,
right?
but you
They're
wouldn't
not
be
taking.
thrilled. You wouldn't be thrilled if you took him at 3 or 6.
I think you'd be very thrilled.
You'd be thrilled if somebody
If
turned.
you took like a long time starter, like good quality starting.
You can never win
Yeah,
with.
but he also did take
have one.
long to be good.
What's that?
Took a while.
mean,
But,
you
yeah, he
made
had
the
the
playoffs
Jets.
with-
I mean, you can't win. with
Giants. He was on the Giants.
But
Yeah,
if
the
you say
Jets
that you
stink
want
on
to
him,
win a
though.
Super Bowl,
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
then you can't win with like. I mean, you can't win with like anybody but like 5 guys basically.
But then you also he's good enough where you get locked into him. You know what I mean? Like he's good enough where he absolutely should be a starter in the NFL and he deserves to be. But he's bad enough where you can never win. It's like, kind of like the Knicks. Like you're in this weird like zone.
Why are we talking everything?
But you know what I'm saying though? Like it's the same.
Knicks has nothing to do with it.
You don't agree?
What about Geno Smith?
You don't. No, Geno Smith is the Knicks
No,
of
he's not.
quarterbacks. Yes, he is. He's good, but not great.
Geno Smith is very good.
But he's not great though. You can't win with
He's
him.
actually been like I think statistically the most accurate quarterback in the NFL the last like 2 or 3 years.
Geno Smith has that fine, especially considering what he like kind of went through with the Jets and everything else. Geno Smith, great,
I think more than fine. He's been like a very good starter for like a
great story, good player,
very like I'd say very good.
very good player, fine.
Like a top half of the league starting quarterback.
He's never gone to a conference championship for a reason.
But also again, you can't compare like teams your team matters.
Gino?
Yes,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
team like just
Gino has.
Quarterbacks matter too.
But we just
Gino has
we just
some
throw
good
around like
wide
we just throw around like he has.
Gino has a good offense, though. Gino has a good offense.
Yeah, Geno Smith.
DK,
Yeah,
JSN.
Geno Smith in the Super Bowl. That wouldn't shock the fuck out of you.
Wouldn't shock the fuck out of me. I mean, I guess.
I'd be a little
I'd
shocked.
be stunned.
But it's the team. It's like the team.
I understand that, but that's kind of the thing. If the Knicks made it to the NBA Finals, you'd be shocked, but you wouldn't be like,
I would, yeah.
yeah, or even last
But
year.
that's because the Celtics are just a lot better.
Right, and it's like the Chiefs are, like you said, you have 5 guys, like you said, 5 guys that can seriously do it. The problem with someone who's good but not great is, you said, you're locked in him because he's good, but you'll never be great. That's a problem.
I get, but again, this all started from just Shadur comparison.
Yes.
Like if you took a quarterback in the first round and he ended up being what Geno Smith is now, you'd be very happy.
I do kind of agree, though, with both of you, right? I
Be
think
very
that,
happy.
I think 3 overall, Gino. I don't know if I
But
love
7
that.
overall.
7 overall, yeah, but like more of the thing about Gino is I do think he is in a place where it's like you're fine with him as your quarterback,
Yeah.
but you wish he was a little better.
Of course.
And I think that he is
I
good.
think
Like,
he's insanely underrated. So.
but he also took like, but we'll see though. You know, I think this year we'll see because he doesn't have. I don't know if I can name a receiver he has right now.
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers and
he's Brock
and
Bowers.
tight end.
Bowers,
Brock
good.
Bowers.
But I also think that's a drop down from DK. And
Sure.
so like we'll see this year like how he is because he is I do think a worse team and yeah I don't know I don't have I think he's the most like number 13 to 15 quarterback in the NFL which you want you'd be fine with as your team.
My thing is the thing with I think not wanting like being upset with that caliber player, especially taking a quarterback that early. A quarterback you draft that high is highly more likely to be a fucking flame out bust.
Oh, I've lived it.
Than to be Geno. Than to be
I've
what
lived
Geno
it.
Smith
You're
is.
not wrong.
Yeah,
And I think that's what we get so.
but Gino
caught up
was
in,
a
like,
bust for a while.
Yeah.
But he was
But the
he was
Jets
a
also.
second-round
I don't
pick.
mean
That's not
bust.
a bust.
Wait. I want to hear this. The Jets what?
Jets didn't work with him right. We had bad coaching, bad ownership. It didn't work. It wasn't because the team's cursed.
He
It
also
wasn't
was
because
a
it's
second
an
rounder.
Asian burial ground. It's because we mismanaged him.
I didn't mean bust. I meant like it
Jets.
just took him a little while.
Jets.
Because they had the
Yeah, the Jets stink on him.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was just mismanaged by people. See, now when you say that, Rico, you let the guys who mismanage them off the hook.
No, they're both bad.
Yeah, I think it's like the chicken and the egg. Like those guys suck because they work for the Jets.
No, that's
They
not why they
should
suck.
watch it.
They suck because they're idiots.
This is a big
Now,
year
you can
for
blame
this.
Woody Johnson for hiring idiots.
I also
what you
think
can
that
argue-
I actually think you hired. I'm realizing now. I think you hired an idiot this year too. I don't think he's very good.
Who?
No.
Glenn.
Yeah.
I like Glenn.
Why don't you like him?
I don't. I think that he kind of is going in there with the wrong attitude.
What attitude does she have?
Yeah, well,
I think that one. I gotta tell you that Aaron Rodgers thing really turned me off. The way he handled that situation, I don't love it. I
I
know
thought he handled
obviously
it phenomenal.
I thought it was great. Get him out of town.
crazy.
Cut him.
Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers was still unemployed.
No, not about cutting him. Cutting him's fine.
Was it
The
just
way
like,
the
"We're good on you"?
conversation happened, I didn't love. The way that the whole
It's a
thing
man.
happened.
Say it to your face. Also, I think that with Geno Smith, I do want to just say, like, going back to the Jets thing to get them a point in. I think you have to take into consideration who's working the sales unit for the Jets at the time, and like,
It's fair.
yeah, like, and
These are
I think
valid
it's like
points.
top to
That's
bottom,
valid.
like.
Listen, bro, I fucking convinced some guy from Maryland to add on an open seat next to him. Okay? 4 games into the season.
That's a good sale.
And they were like 2-2. So I knew what the fuck I was doing.
That poor guy is still in.
Poor guy's broke because of you.
Yeah.
You got divorced.
He also was a nice, he
Went
was
for
not,
school that year.
he was not a guy named Vinny who, had guys from the neighborhood like chasing him down and told him like, go fuck yourself, like come get it from my fucking pockets. It was like a nice family guy who was like
A real Jets fan.
when they called and threatened legal on him, which is one guy in a fucking closet office, he like cowered and he probably was like, okay, I'll pay the PSL and like his kids aren't going to college and whatever, but I got the commission on it, so it is what it is.
Rico is the Jordan Belfort of Jets.
Yeah, they did some wild shit.
I'm looking here. I'm looking at this. So you got the Patriots 4, Jaguars 5, Raiders 6. They're not drafting a quarterback, and then Jets are 7. So like Shador, in theory, unless someone trades up, will be very available at 7.
I think the Saints are going to draft a quarterback.
Saints are at 9. Now could the
They might move up.
Saints move up on like the Jaguar spot? Absolutely, yeah. You might be right.
Saints have no quarterback right now.
No, technically not.
And they seem
Or
like,
they have like not really. They have Rattler and like Jake Hayner and
Right.
Yeah.
Shador, listen, I know it's Shador in New Orleans. He's already got
Be
the.
awesome.
He looked.
I
good.
like him in the
He
dome.
looked good
Oh,
in the
be
black
awesome.
and he looked good in the black and gold.
They also just don't have any like Olave is like not happy there. Michael Thomas just like doesn't play.
He's not
football
even.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't
It's
even
just
like.
really
factor
sad.
in.
I thought he was going to come back so many times. Like Michael Thomas, unbelievable. Like the Saints are in disarray.
Yeah, no, they're in a bad.
And they have a
really bad
great
the only good thing is they do play in a easy-ish division.
for a quarterback to be
Right?
honest
Like
though.
you can rise up quick in that
It's
division.
improving though.
We thought the Falcons were the team in that division.
No, I know.
No, the Bucks are the team, but the Falcons I think
Bucks
are
are the team.
The Falcons
We
I think are
thought the Falcons.
improving.
Yeah, no, it
we
was
did.
for the taking. Yeah.
But I think that
The Panthers are improving too.
For
The Panthers are getting better. We saw. We like what we saw to Bryce the second half.
They're getting better.
Yeah, because he's good.
He might be good.
The Saints, though, for a rookie quarterback, it's a good team to go to because there's not a lot of expectations.
No.
You have only Olave, and for a rookie to dump it off to Kamara is a fantastic option to have. I always think.
I think they're in if they drafted just a quarterback period, they also I think will draft a receiver in the second round.
Yeah.
Which, is another, which I think it's deep. This draft super deep at receiver.
He's a Texas guy.
I think he's decent. Matthew Golden.
I like him.
What I
I don't think he'll be
wonder.
in their
Is
second round.
Arizona the guy going first?
Either him or I guess he was considered Hunter. I guess if
I don't count him as.
if you don't count Hunter, I've heard also I've seen McShay talk about it too. That McMillan is this very like. There's some teams that think he's going to go top like 10, and some teams that think he's like a second rounder. He's gotten some weird vibes recently.
What do you guys think about this? What I wondered with the Jets. So he says if things fall, Tennessee takes Ward, the Browns take who do we think?
Hunter.
The Giants take
Carter.
I think
Patriots.
the Browns are going to take.
Patriots
I think
probably.
they're gonna take Hunter.
Patriots
That's what
probably
it is.
won't take him. Let's say the Jets are on the board
At 7.
and
Which,
Shador is there, right? Are there any teams in the late teens or lower 20s that now it's weird to say because most of these teams do have a quarterback, but let's run through them where the Jets could get a haul for somebody who is looking at that board going, we didn't think we'd be in a position to get Shador, but let's roll the dice and go get him. I would say that the
Seattle.
No, I got
Eagles
one.
will go up and do
Wait,
it
don't
up.
go through it. I have one team.
Who's the one team?
Let me tell you.
Nothing jumps off my head.
It's a crazy one.
there's one that I think is like clear.
I have a crazy one. What's yours first?
I don't think they could not go. They would not trade from where they're at to the Jets. It's too big of a jump. But the Steelers,
21.
they need a quarterback.
See, that's not crazy.
21.
That's smart. Like that's a one.
They need something. They
I
don't know
don't
what
think
they're
they
doing.
need a quarterback. I think it would
Steelers jump out.
I just think they're not going from 21 to 7. It's too
Well, let's get
high
What
the.
about the 49ers?
no,
Why?
because they're gonna pay Purdy.
I don't know.
They
if
have the
that's
11.
right decision.
This is what I respectfully won't even. This is a ridiculous though.
Why are you going to pay Purdy?
They are
$50
literally
million?
everything.
I understand they are.
No,
I
listen,
understand they are, but
everything
why?
they are doing, they are getting rid of
I
all their
understand that they
talent
are.
because they're going to pay him.
I understand that they are, but why do you think they should pay him $50 million?
Kind
separate argument, though.
Kinda,
I
yeah. It's
understand
separate.
separate. That's why I wanted to bring it up because
I don't
I think
think
it's
you-
crazy to pay him.
Yeah, but if you're the 49ers, I don't think you reset the
plus.
clock. For right now, they're a contender.
I understand.
Very
It
hard
was
to
a-
be
I
like.
said it was crazy, but I
Yeah.
wanted more.
He might
talk
not
about,
get 50. I think he gets in the 40s.
Let's get the suspects then.
He might get some like Baker Mayfield money.
Let's get the suspects.
That's so-
Eagles, no. Chiefs, no. Bills, no. Commanders, no. Lions, no. Ravens, no. Rams, no. Texans, no. Vikings. Who's starting?
AJ McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy.
McCarthy's inheriting. Yeah, I apologize. He didn't start. Packers, no. Chargers, no. Steelers would be an option.
21.
Denver, no.
Yeah, no.
Bucks,
No.
No.
no. Seattle,
Yes, at 18.
No, they just signed Darnold. No.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're absolutely
Seattle,
right. I'm
no.
A lot of
sorry.
these teams, though,
okay.
that,
Bengals,
that's
just
right, I'm
just
sorry.
run through. Bengals, no.
No.
Cardinals, no.
No.
Falcons, no.
No.
Colts, no. Dolphins, no.
Why no on the Colts?
Cowboys,
I know.
I think they're still going to give Richardson like his last like.
I don't know. That could happen.
yeah,
No,
Saints.
No, I don't think so.
It's
I don't think
Saints.
so.
It's
actually
And
think,
they signed Jones.
I actually think Daniel Jones is going to start this year. This is
jeez.
no.
What the fuck?
it's Saints.
I don't
and
think like
Steelers.
That's not crazy.
Richardson stinks. I think Richardson stinks.
Richardson-
They're going to
they
give
paid
him
him
the
15
last.
million. That's dude. I'm not. This is unbiased. You don't. Why wouldn't they? If they
stinks.
why would they pay him $15 million to be?
I don't know, man.
good backup.
Daniel
That's
Jones.
exactly why.
Hey,
I'm saying.
Meek. What do you think about Daniel Jones starting for the Colts next year?
I think he's actually going to be on my side.
The
And then
Indianapolis Colts are perpetually going to be an 8-9 football team.
Anthony Richardson is. They're done with him. They hate him.
They hate him.
He's going to get
Well,
one
that's what
more.
I'm saying. It's not even a me and Daniel Jones thing. I think it's actually.
Why,
just
so why
like-
wouldn't the Colts then trade up though and get a real quarterback?
Because
They
they're,
don't like
They're
this
not
last-
going
going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
Daniel Jones is that's
It's Richardson is getting his last run, and then they'll be bad, and they're going to draft the quarterback
he's
next
so
year.
bad.
I mean, they
But the
gave
quarterback
up on
class
Richardson
this year is
last year.
bad.
8-9, Meek, no way. If the Colts start Daniel Jones, they're winning like 5 games.
You're so stupid, dude.
I am, yeah.
Dude, their defense
Team's
is
a lot
good,
better.
and they have a good team.
They're in the AFC.
What does that matter?
It's a lot harder to win there.
They
They're
won-
in
how
the
many-
AFC
how many-
South
They're in a
is-
weak division.
The AFC South is
AFC, but-
definitely.
How many games they win last year?
I forget. Let's see. How many did they win?
Was it 8-9?
I think it was
Yeah,
about
like
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Gardner Minshew was fucking playing quarterback.
All right. I
almost
don't
made the
know
playoffs.
if Gardner Minshew and Daniel Jones
It
are that
wasn't
different.
Minshew, it was Joe Flacco.
I think if
Even
you're,
worse.
I
wasn't
think
even Gardner
I don't know if they're that much different.
Yeah, he's like this is where you're just like.
I think if you're the Jets, you pray
Flacco's
to God Shador falls to
Colts won
7,
8-9 last year.
and then
yeah,
you
were no quarterback.
you try to get a haul. If you're the Jets,
Daniel Jones is better than Joe Flacco. I'm not doing this.
I don't know if that's that.
He is. He can move.
I think
He can fucking run, dude.
Flacco.
There's been a
Come
big
on.
Flacco is not Browns like 2 years ago. Flacco.
No.
Even watching Flacco last year, he was bad. He was really bad.
I mean,
Flacco went
for the
2-4.
Giants, it's a
Richardson went 6-5.
Richardson's not also good.
yeah.
That Colts team has a good team around them. He also has Jonathan Taylor who can run the ball. Like they have a lot of guys that like Pittman also had a bad year last year too, and they still went 8-9. Like they have the
He had a bad year because the quarterback play was bad.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Colts.
Is Daniel Jones going to improve that?
No, I'm not. No one said they're gonna improve it. They're gonna go 8-9, like we said.
He won't help Pittman.
I don't know what the argument was that they could go 8-9.
All right. I get, my argument was I think they should trade up for a quarterback because Jones stinks and Richardson stinks.
But Shador Sanders isn't gonna completely change the Colts trajectory.
Gives him a better chance.
I think if
I
you
don't
were
think
to
he
get
does.
back to the
How?
original point,
Why?
He's not a.
How do you know?
I think he's a better.
No idea.
No, you're right. No idea. But I would
You cannot say he's better than any of them.
Okay, here's what I know. I know Daniel Jones is bad. I know that. I know Richardson is probably bad because I've seen him for 2 years and he's been mostly bad. And he also can't stay on the field. I don't know about Shador Sanders, but I know the other 2 options are bad. So give me the option that I know
2
isn't
years ago,
bad. Or I know isn't definitely bad.
2 years ago, you took a number 4 overall guy who you think that you don't really know if he's that bad, but he's bad, and you're gonna trade up again to go to a guy that is for guys that also no one's taking him top 3. That's stupid. The Steelers make sense because they don't fucking have they have.
The Steelers going to cost so much to go from 21 to 7.
I don't think they're going to go to 7.
None of these
no one's,
teams are going up
no
to
one's
7.
doing that
Like, none
for
of these
him. That's
teams
what
are
I'm
going up to
saying. Like that's what we're saying. Shador is also not worth going all the way up to that. They would have if Shador is worth it, he would be taking 3 when we don't have a quarterback. We didn't have a quarterback.
I like Shador a lot. He's not. I don't think he's a mortgage the future guy.
No.
I think the Saints.
Like if you're the Colts.
So then this exercise
ride
is
this thing out.
the exercise is who's going to trade up to get Shador.
I think it should be. Well, there's only 3 teams we talk about. It's the Steelers, long shot.
Steelers sound like a no based on what
It's
you
the
guys say.
Saints.
The Steelers. It's not
And,
the
there
Steelers.
Saints are real.
Saints
Saints
are
are
real
very
at 9,
real.
and there was
Saints are
one
very
other team
real.
we said.
Bosco, that's a crazy Instagram you posted last night.
What's that?
Go Knicks from your seats.
He does Instagram like an old
You
man.
do that's a story.
He does
Yeah,
Instagram.
my wife's been saying that.
that's-
My wife's been criticizing.
You Clemmer, you don't
She
want.
says you don't.
That's such a keep doing
You
it.
don't notice? He always, you don't notice? He always does shit like that.
I haven't seen
Not a
him do
boomer.
that.
What
That
is
is
it? Right now, look at it. Just look at his feed.
yeah, the Knicks pregame.
Yeah, he just posts shit like that all over.
So let me. All right, I also do it on the story. Let me ask you how it's.
I like it too. It's
No, I like it. Don't stop.
Well, how's it work? But all right, so are you not supposed to post on your feed?
You're
And
supposed
because,
to,
like,
so this goes
now
on the
that
feed.
lasts-
This goes on the feed, all right? You
Yeah,
did
but
a video.
that Knicks thing lasts forever. Like when you're scrolling back, you're
Right.
like, oh, I went to.
I'm with
This
you.
is a
I'm with you.
pregame story.
Story.
This story.
That could be to me like he
No,
wants.
Clemmer, yeah,
Old
no,
man.
Clemmer should
Old man.
definitely.
That's right, but that's
That's such a funny story.
that's cool.
I love it. I love it.
I think that's
I'm
cool.
not even making fun of you. I'm just like this. That's a post. That's a good post.
I had a very old man thing
This is
yesterday.
okay. That's a good post.
The kid asks, yeah, that's the first time I mix like real life and.
That's a post.
But my dad, and I'm sorry, the kid, I had like an old man moment yesterday. The kid, like if somebody asked for a selfie, can we take a picture? And they always take out the Snapchat. So finally, it was like, this is like the 100th time in the last year and a half, obviously, that it's happened. And finally, I asked the kid last night, I'm like, what's with this Snapchat? He's like, oh, bro, they reverse it. I was like, what? He was saying that
Yeah, the angle. Yeah,
it's like true.
Yeah.
But Snapchat, like people don't ask for each other's numbers anymore. They say, "What's your Snapchat?" It's
Really?
like that's
Yeah.
it's believe me, that's I'm old too in that way.
Why?
I don't even
Like,
have
what's the
Snapchat.
I don't mean like.
They just communicate that way because it evaporates. Like when you talk on it, it just like goes away after.
What is
Yeah.
like the oldest like a man can be and have a Snapchat? You think? I think over 25 is pushing it.
I
So
think
you
it
could you
depends-
wouldn't have one.
I think
Oh,
it's,
I have
so.
one.
I think it
still have
depends
one.
what you do
what?
with your
That's
Snapchat.
just not
That's
true.
just not true. It depends if you're weird on Snapchat. Snapchat, like I don't have it, but some of my boys like use it as a group chat. Like they have their own little like group chat.
Why
Where
don't you
it's
use
like-
it- why don't you just
I know
text?
Rico still does it when he takes shits.
Oh, I didn't know that was public, but yeah,
Yeah, you
that's-
said it on the show.
Oh, okay, that's the only reason
funny.
I use it. Yeah, I do the
That's a
little filters.
guy's
That's
thing.
funny, though.
Then I
That's a
cut
guy
it.
thing.
Then every like 6 months, it's been a while since I actually sent it to the group. Also, if you leave the group, I immediately add you back. And my best friend left. I called him and he's like, "Bro, I want out." Like I said, "I'll add your wife, who I'm friends with. I'll add your wife." He's like, "All right, no, forget it." So, but yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
lets you
I
do
think-
like the Mickey Mouse ears and like.
If you're doing
And then I
you're
sing
Snapchatting,
songs.
like something
Yeah.
stupid, like you're being weird on Snap. I think if you're, I don't know, Snapchat's like if you're in a relationship and you're using Snapchat, like Snapchatting people one on one, weirdo. But like what Rico's doing with group chats of like stupid like guy
That's silly.
things.
That's funny.
Yeah, Rico, 25 is that was a little much.
Meek's anti-Snapchat.
It's my personal.
The fact that you don't have Snapchat, Meek, it's crazy.
I have an account. I don't think I've sent an actual snap in like 8 years.
A single man should have it.
Yeah, for sure.
Two quick things before the picks. Clippers Nuggets have been unbelievable. Kawhi was unbelievable last night. I still stand by. I know everybody's like Duncan and fucking, drunk guys in Queens are like, oh, it's a hard take. Christian Brown, I apologize. Christian Brown is an unbelievable winning culture player. Did he miss the shot last night? Yeah, okay. But like you watch him, he does the little things. He knows how to play
really
fucking
good role
basketball.
player.
He's yes.
No, he got on in some really good. He got on. He got one.
This
He
is
got
the
put on the
takeaway from
best.
that game.
Yeah, because I got fucking dunked on when he missed the shot.
John Fanta dunked on you. That's why.
NBA Johnny.
That game,
NBA Johnny.
can't believe
I'm hearing. NBA Johnny.
I can't believe that game was brought up, and we were talking about Christian.
No, you saw his tweet.
I
Because,
did
well,
see
one,
the
he's
tweet.
one.
I like it,
Christian
I like
Braun's a friend of Bosco.
I know that.
What
I
does
did
NBA
too.
Johnny mean?
You think
Nothing.
he's saying that he's
No, nothing.
getting rumblings about the NBA, him going to the NBA?
Nothing.
But Christian Brown was on really good teams.
Can we talk about Kawhi, please?
Yeah, Kawhi was unbelievable. That's how he said. I said Kawhi was
Christ.
unbelievable.
The guy was like Jordan last night.
I mean,
We're
yeah.
talking about fucking Christian
Jokic
Braun.
was a hip double.
He had the, had the last
triple
shot.
double.
He had the last shot. Didn't even hit the fucking rim. Holy shit. Christian Braun.
I'm just saying.
I think
bro.
Kawhi is
Why
the.
since he's been back? Like
I opened that, run to back the tape. I said Kawhi was unbelievable.
It
I'll say
it was
this right this
it was,
second.
It was a thought to get to Christian Braun.
Go away.
I'll say this right this second.
way.
If Kawhi was, if you had magical powers, right, and he is himself, and he's
Healthy.
at this point just completely healthy, best player in the NBA. It's not
Top five.
I think it's number
Easy.
one because both
Top, like, 3 or
sides.
4 probably.
I think both sides of the ball. It's incredible what he can do. He can lock you down and also score at will. Like you can kind of put like Jokic is a good. You can put Jokic in the blender if you wanted to on defense. I think he can. I think if a guard if Kawhi wanted to take him out to the edge, I do think that Kawhi would. But like I'm just saying because you get both sides of the ball with him. What he was doing last night was like. It was like wow, I get to watch this guy play basketball. That's how good he fucking was.
Surgical. He was unconscious.
I've never seen it. It was like, holy shit.
Kawhi really is the closest thing, and I'm not
Michael Jordan.
closest thing to Michael Jordan. That's
Their
Skill
skill
set.
sets are similar in terms of he's in the mid-range jumper is automatic.
and the defense. People forget about Jordan's defense. Like Kawhi really is the closest thing to Michael Jordan. In the NBA right
incredible.
now. If you're too young to have seen Jordan, then
You also don't get
Kawhi.
any superstars playing defense like that.
no.
You don't.
Not many. Not many.
There's
He
not
used to in
much.
the 90s. Bird did. Jordan did.
You get more than like.
I mean, he
there's
did.
definitely some guys, some like really,
Defense also gets now like everyone.
like
thinks
Giannis.
that-
Giannis
everyone
definitely
thinks that
plays great
nobody plays
defense.
defense.
And
That's a lie. People play defense.
Giannis plays great defense.
But not like the
A lot of
stars
guys
used
do.
to, though.
No. I agree.
I
Not like
think,
they
I think
used
the
to.
shot making is just way better now.
Way better.
yeah.
Way better. I mean,
I think
that's not an
I
argument.
think the defense is like you're not allowed to do as much defensively.
That's the thing too.
physically.
I mean,
true.
you honestly look at when they got rid of the handshakes. That's when the
No,
defense.
that's what it is. Like you can't like really body up on them like you used
Right.
to.
Yeah, it used to be a lot.
And the
more.
shot making gets better.
Like,
I
the
don't.
entire time Bird played, you could do handshakes.
I think the defensive like fall off is a little over. Like stars definitely played. There's a couple who
No one plays
don't.
defense anymore. Like they used
that's-
to. I mean, defense is off the table now. That's why you got like Kawhi is so special.
No, but I think it's more the hand checking and the guys are just so much better on shooting now.
So much better.
Like a contested jumper now is like the rate they make them at is so much higher.
But guys also like take plays off now. Like they didn't used to do that. Like a guy would just like run to the basket and it's like, all right, he scored.
But I even
Shrug your
that
shoulders
I
and
think
try to
that's
hit a three on the back.
I think there was plenty of plays back in the day where guys were taking plays off. It's just romanticized now that everyone
know,
played
man.
so hard for 48 minutes. No, they
They
didn't.
played a lot harder than they do now.
There were scores in like the 80s that were like 140 to like 139. No, they didn't.
I always say it. Me and Ev always say it. If they saw Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry, they'd be like, "That's a wizard."
Yeah, that was the famous JJ Redick. Like, and it's a fact.
Oh, if he like brought Curry and like dropped him in 1985 basketball, I'd be like, what the fuck is
Like,
this?
what's
It'd be like,
this?
This is
What
crazy.
powers is this guy?
Well,
This is nuts.
That's why, with all the technology, that's what I want to see. Like, give me Bob Cousy and give me, whatever, even Gary Payton and like
just get
regular
destroyed,
point.
though.
No, just I need to see.
You want like
this-
Clemmer Stream, something like AI.
No, yeah, I need to
game?
see how fast they go up the court and how fast the current regular guy.
You can
is
barely
up the
post
court.
an Instagram. What makes
All
you think
right,
you can handle this technology?
He's terrible.
He's just.
Wait, did your wife
gone
call you out for
tomorrow.
the Instagram too?
She's like, you're supposed to do stories. That's why all the kids do is stories. I need to help you be an influencer. I should be an influencer. Like, just.
No, yeah, you are. We have a
give her the
lot of
keys.
people, and I'm not even saying myself. I'm pretty bad at it too, because like I even said it today, I don't post on Instagram, which
I don't really
we
either.
all should be. We're horrible.
Try. I'm so bad at
Oh,
it.
I know. It's all our job, but we're really
No, I
bad.
post a lot. I
I'm
post
much
a
more
lot.
comfortable on Twitter.
No, you don't post.
Bosco he fires on the
post-
gram. He does fire.
Post crazy
Fires.
shit.
I do TikTok.
TikTok's great.
I
The
post.
reviews.
One last one. You do what you do well on the show, and then there are definitely like gaps. Hockey's a gap for us.
Yeah, don't.
I floated it today. Everybody's like, I think that's a good idea. Like, let's roll with it. Merles from the Game Notes podcast, and then does stuff obviously with Spittin' Chicklets. Have become friendly with him like over the years. Great guy. Does gambling picks like all the time as well on DraftKings as well. Like, let's overlap. Starting, I called him today. We were trying to do some stuff today. It was short notice to his defense. Today and tomorrow he's got shit going on. Thursday, for 2 minutes or 3 minutes at a time, he will be giving a goal scorer through the NHL playoffs each night, which I think can be a very fun thing to ride of like plus odds. And if he gets hot, 3 out of 5, you're now looking at like a 10-unit run, 15-unit run, whatever it is. So like, I think a goal scorer in the NHL. I also think I don't think a ton of our fans watch hockey, or we tune into the playoffs as well. But now you got a rooting interest in a guy scoring a goal.
Overtime last night.
What?
I know.
Yeah,
It's an overtime.
yeah.
I will say, Merles, I'm sure he's really good at the NHL. I have no idea if he is. But what a wizard that guy is on the overseas hockey games. He, at one point, was like lights. I was like DMing him every day.
he was unreal.
I would DM him every day, be like, what's the pick? Because it was like, and they weren't like they won 3-2. They were winning like 9-2 in hockey. It was the craziest run I've ever seen a gambler go on. That's why when you said Merles, I said whatever he wants.
Yep.
That guy, to me, whatever he wants.
I like the hockey stuff because
He's a good
I don't know
gambler.
hockey at all, so I'm up for whatever.
But
Also,
these guys
it's,
do,
again,
they're on Chicklets, and they're Chicklets guys, and they're like all they do is like know every little thing about hockey.
Oh, he knows his shit.
Why not? We should have a guy in every sport give us things that we don't fucking know.
I also, again, like gambling has got now, like, that there is a big culture of first-time gamblers or people like getting into it, and DraftKings' big pitch is how easy it is. Like, pick somebody to score a goal. Like, you could be a sports guy and your first, all right, I'll put in the deposit, use the code, obviously, and you can get in, and it's, all right, I'm watching this game and I need somebody to score a goal. And that's your way in. That's very, like, easy to see what you're doing. The same thing. So I think we can get down the road. We could potentially do something with home runs, with baseball.
I'm going to have to shake him down for a few sides, too.
Yeah, we'll shake him down.
I can't just have goals. Give me who's going to win today.
The pick, listen, whatever he gives out side-wise is a bonus. He's here for the goal scorers, and we'll see how it goes. So that's where it's at. Picks tonight, I got nothing yet. I'll probably cook something up tonight. But Clemmer, what do you got? I just missed Brunson's assist last night.
Pick of the day, Brian Bayo, under 4.5 strikeouts. The reason is his last start was in Double-A for the Red Sox. He's on injury rehab. He only threw 65 pitches. So he's probably only going to throw, 80 today? So I don't know if he gets 5 strikeouts. He's not a huge strikeout guy either. So I like that one a lot. Will Bailey Ober record a win? I said yes. It's plus 110. He's going up against the White Sox. I'm also on the Dodgers money line, and I'm on the Timberwolves plus 6. I know it's no disrespect to the Lakers, honestly, but it's like Timberwolves won, and I'm getting 6 points. All right, let's go.
I actually don't hate that pick.
Ev.
I've been super on the only NBA pick I'm like 100% locking in is the Thunder. I'm going to be on the Thunder. I think I'm going to be on. I think I'm
19.
Them in the what's that?
It'd be 19. That spread.
14.5. It was 13.5 the first game. I just think they're that much better. I talked about how I think they're underrated even still. Also, some really good stats last 10 or so years to double-digit favorites have just cleaned up against the spread. I'm going to be on the Celtics a lot as well. I think I'm going to be on the Celtics basically every game the first round.
There are 20 more wins in
I think Thunder. I'm going to do the same thing. Thunder. I think I'm going to be on them basically just every game in this series. I think they're just that much better. I think they're going to blow them out quite a few times. I get that people wanting to come back and they just won by 50. Give me the Thunder. I'm leaning Bucks and Lakers right now, but not locked in, and those Thunder locked in.
I love the Bucks plus 4.5. My favorite bet of the night is
Dame's playing tonight.
Yep. I love the Bucks. I think that there's a Dame. If you saw the last game, got into it with Tyrese Halliburton. Dame's gonna go off tonight. He hasn't played in fucking
over a month.
But I think Dame's gonna be locked in. I think Bucks win it outright. I'm taking a money line.
They better because they can't be. I think they're down 0-2. I think they're really in trouble.
I don't think a series is ever over till you lose at home. But obviously,
that's fair.
You don't draw it up going down 0-2 for sure.
Thunder minus 14.5, and I got Lakers minus 5.5. I have the Yankees minus 115, Reds against the Marlins, and then I have the Padres even against the Tigers today.
Nice to see Yankees starting Will Warren today. That's fun.
Phil.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'll take the Mets money line.
All right, Dukes, I guess.
Pacers.
Pacers?
Sirs.
Love the Bucks.
All right, I guess I don't want to be accused of not taking the smoke because I got the text immediately. Can I call in? So.
Oh my God.
Oh no, the Viva.
You got it on?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey!
Fanta.
Just a less than ideal ending for Christian Braun.
He's a fucking winning player. You could tweet that if you watch the game. He is a winning player.
He hit the
yeah,
back.
did he miss he missed the shot. Both can be true.
The rim.
Both can be true.
We've got breaking news, America. He wasn't a winning player.
All right, John. All right.
Rico, I love you. Your basketball acumen is special. You add something to the game. And honestly, you're a friend of mine, and I think I'm waiting for you to get an assistant coaching job.
All right.
Because I want to see you in a sweatsuit down at Peach Jam.
All right.
He'll do that without a job, John.
Am I live right now?
Yeah.
So who are your other winning players?
It's a great question.
Good question.
Well, no, it was more of he's a role player winning guy. So a guy who jumps out like that I hope.
Yeah, I'll take Chris Dunn. I'll take Chris Dunn over him. He was a winning player last night and a better defender.
Danny Green was a winning player. Was always on good teams. Did all the right things.
He lost in the semifinals in high school.
State final. Catholic state final. Yeah, he won a college ring. He won a pro ring. He never won a high school ring.
Is that a
Sitting in
win?
my
Is
basement?
that like-
Catholic State final.
Yeah,
Is that on him, or is like he had just really good teams?
he was number one in the country.
He wasn't winning. You could say.
You're saying
saying, like,
yeah? No, I think he did all the little things. Yeah.
Yeah, you won.
Did
You
any
won
part
state
of you
second,
say to
right?
yourself, of course, Brown bricks that 3 as I tweet? that he's
Always,
a winning
yeah. That's
player?
how it works.
It wasn't even
Always.
like I've said, it
Wasn't
didn't
even a
hit the
doubt.
rim.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
even a
mean,
doubt.
That shot was not even close.
All right,
He was
one
wide
shot.
open.
It was
too.
one
Wide
shot.
open.
It was one shot.
Wasn't even remote. Okay, well, one shining moment. I want champions.
All right.
Now, he is a champion. He's won championships.
Mm-hmm.
He's won championships.
Exactly,
He has.
yeah.
But in that moment, I wouldn't be surprised if after that tweet, it could have changed the trajectory of Christian Brown's career.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it, John.
Love you, man.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, what thoughts on St. John's transfer hall?
Yeah. Listen, there. I got drunks from Queens dunking on me, be like, "Told you we get Ian Jackson. You got him a year later." So we'll see. Listen, I will say this: St. John's is in a prime position to make the second weekend for the first time since TRL was in its heyday.
Wow.
That's what I'll say.
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
year 3 for Slick Rick. We'll see how he does.
We got a tie game in Game 3. Clippers and Nuggets. Christian Brown from the corner.
All right, thanks. It was from the wing. From the wing. You were probably asleep. All right. All right, shit.
I'm talking Game 3 now. I'm previewing Game 3.
Oh, okay. All right, fair
Nice,
enough.
nice.
All right.
And the Clippers take it.
Oh.
All right, we'll see you later.
See you guys.
It's good fun. All good and clean.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, you
Are
can't
you
stay
in the drunk
mad
in
at him.
Queens? Okay.
What?
Are you in the drunk in Queens?
No, it's just relentless.
Why? Because you called him a drunk yesterday.
I guess, yeah.
Listen, Vosk, how was it
And
leaving
then
the?
did he quote tweet you?
Yeah.
What was the quote tweet?
Well, he was like, "Oh, look at the irony. I had a drink in my hand promoting New Amsterdam." Like, sorry, your ad deals are for like dodgeball equipment, bro. Like,
Bro.
I don't know what to say. All right, listen, that's Pick Central.
What were we going to say?
I was gonna say, Bosco, was it tough to? So when you were
How
leaving,
is he gonna get back
leaving
off the mat?
leaving the garden yesterday, literally an Ian Jackson billboard when you walk out. Welcome to New York, in the St. John's jersey, everything. I was like, oh, Bosco's gonna hate
Anybody
that.
say something to you yesterday at the Garden about St. John's?
No.
Wow, that's kind of shocking.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Yak's up next.